It's lights out, and we're underway here in the Malaysia MotoGP race. Bagnaia looked like he initially missed the start, and he's going to get swallowed up here, is he, by Martin Enea Bastianini. He's got the inside line coming from the second row of the grid, but it's Martin toughing it out with Bagnaia in the first corner. Martin goes out really wide towards the marbles. Bastianini cuts back to lead. Alex Márquez second, Bagnaia third, and now Martin back in P5.
So he won't necessarily want to get involved too much, but of course he's racing for his own result as Martin now does attack. This is where he passed Pecco Bagnaia yesterday.
Ducati ready for him on the back foot as Martin goes for it on the inside of Bagnaia. On the comeback they go. They are shoulder to Pecco Bagnaia, who's under big pressure here. He's got the inside line, Martin. He's just going to ease on the inside of Bagnaia into turn 4. He makes it through this time around, having crashed late on in qualifying. They go side by side once again, don't they? Around the outside. They are elbow to elbow again. Elbow on the tarmac, knee dragging as well through turn 5. Bagnaia versus Martin. This is the title showdown we've all been waiting for. We've all been hoping for. Bagnaia versus Martin. Game on here in Malaysia.
Look at the gap that's opened up behind Pecco Bagnaia on this lap. It's 3/4 of a second now between Bagnaia and Martin. Bagnaia's done a 1:59.2. He's upped his pace. It was a 59.7 for Jorge Martin, and that's why the top 4 are now a little bit more spaced out.
Big lap that from Bastianini. He was so much quicker than everybody else. A 59.185. Found half a second out of nowhere on Márquez on the Gresini Ducati. How much of this early hot pace is being set by Enea Bastianini and Alex Márquez going to be a factor as we move into the sort of final third of this 20-lap Grand Prix?
Well, Alex Márquez has come back at Bastianini again on that last lap again for the second lap in a row. Márquez was around about a 1/10 of a second quicker.
Bastianini, his last podium finish here was right in the slipstream of this man Pecco Bagnaia in Malaysia 1 year ago. It has been a brutal 2023 for the former Moto2 world champion.
Out of the race, and that is crash number 5 of the weekend for Aleix Espargaro.
So it's last rider standing in terms of Maverick Vinales. Turn 9. Well, he was down there on Friday afternoon, wasn't he, Aleix Espargaro? He had a hat-trick of crashes at 3 in an unforgettable Friday here in Malaysia, and it just goes from bad to worse. Good battle this, isn't it, further back? For 5th place, it's being led by birthday boy Marco Bezzecchi. He's got Miller, Quartararo, the Gian Antonio, Binder, Marini and Morbidelli for company. That's down to 11th place. Marini sloves it out and toughs it out with Frankie Morbidelli on the brakes in the first corner. They both run a little bit wide onto a dirty part of the circuit. Marini will cut back to the inside line. They'll rub shoulders and elbows coming now down the hill through turn 3. This is a proper good battle between the VR46 Academy colleagues. Podium in history, Binder bites the dust. You just wonder, being right in the heat and the heart of that big group fighting for 5th, whether it's just front tyre pressure that's done for the South African. This is coming through turn 10, isn't it? Looking directly ahead to the Gian Antonio. He tipped it in and wasn't coming out the other side of it. Quartararo then finally has found a way through on Miller, and that puts Quartararo into the top 6. So Mia, he's gone down. So we now only have 50% of our Honda representation left in this Malaysian Grand Prix. Look how much bouncing and chatter he had on that front tyre going into turn 9. Look at that. You just saw that out of your picture. His front tyre was skipping and hopping almost. He's got problems here because Quartararo has just got on him and passed him immediately.
Yeah, Quartararo comfortably through then into 5th place. He's 1.4 seconds behind the beast with only 5 laps remaining, so he's going to need, well, 3/10 of a second a lap to get on terms with Bastianini, and that's not going to be easy to achieve in the laps that remain. He must be sat there thinking, surely Bastianini's pace is going to drop off at some stage, but it just isn't dropping off. He's still doing mid-59s. We'll just have 2 more races, 2 more sprints remaining to decide the world champion, and in the end, as I say, he'll look at this weekend, there's no damage done. In fact, he's strengthened his position by just 1 solitary point if you put the flag out now, and it must be a slightly forlorn Jorge Martin. He would not have expected to be not only 3.5 seconds behind Bagnaia in this race, but Martin is over 7 seconds behind our race leader. But a brilliant day for Bastianini. 1 year of pain could be finally about to bring him some joy at last.
Fully fit and fully back up to speed, isn't he? Enea Bastianini, he'd have been wishing that Ducati to put that thumb-operated rear brake on his bike 6 or 7 rounds ago. It's going to be thumbs up though, isn't it, for the beast here. Bastianini is back. The beast is back with a bang in Sepang. Enea Bastianini is a race winner for the first time on the factory Ducati. He takes it by 1.5 seconds ahead of Alex Márquez, who takes the sprint win and a second in the Grand Prix. Bagnaia at lonely 3rd place. He increased his World Championship lead to 14 points over forlorn Jorge Martin, who is a distant 4th place. Out comes the emotion, brilliant scenes inside the Ducati Lenovo garage. To Parc Ferme, back on the top step of the podium goes Enea Bastianini for the factory Ducati team. Just look at the emotion in those eyes. It is a mixture of joy and relief. Always great. He's such a respectful guy, isn't he, Pecco Bagnaia?
Malaysia's Deputy Prime Minister presents the trophy to an overjoyed Enea Bastianini. The beast is back, big time.
Need more MotoGP action? Click here to get your fix.